I have started this intro so many times. I don't know why, but my brain just isn't in gear. So we're gonna try it again. Hi, Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about all things that I wore for the week and I'm super excited. But before I get started, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community. This is a wonderful group of positive individuals that you need to engage with and be a part of. And without further ado, let's get into this. Now, first fragrance that I was uber pumped to try, because it's one of my new ones, is Bond number 9 New York Nights. Now, first of all, I love this bottle, but I feel a little bit like a hypocrite for even saying that because I've talked about how I hate weird bottles. But I love these. Like, seriously, I love this style of bottle. I just think it's gorgeous. And interestingly, I have rather small hands, like they're kind of chubby hands, but they're small. And this feels fine in the hand. So just holding it like this to be able to spray works fine. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous gourmand fragrance. So the notes don't represent what the fragrance smells like at all to me. It's got gardenia, carnation, and jasmine. I don't get the florals. Like, I would think that there's ylang ylang in this because to me, it just plain comes across as banana loaf, banana bread. There's a bit of nuttiness to this. I get the banana big time. So if anything, I would think that there must be a ylang ylang in here. There isn't. There's a surprising amount of florals. I don't get the florals at all. There's C notes, which don't make sense at all. That said, this has an airiness to it that I think, even though it's gourmand, I think that this will work in the spring and summer really nicely. Like, it works in the colder weather, but I actually think it's not going to be cloying for the hot weather too. So to wear this when you want to feel cozy all year round, you would be able to do that. In the base, this has caramel and coffee. I don't really notice the coffee. I definitely get the caramel, like, so that kind of ooey gooey feel a little bit. I just think that this is beautiful. It's somehow an airy gourmand or a light gourmand, but not light as far as the punch it packs, how long it lasts, anything like that. But somehow it's definitely not got a cloying element to it. So it just smells like you're smelling baking, and it's unbelievable, and I love it. So New York Nights by Bond number 9. I have to have more of these. Like, I've got, this is my new obsession, is Bond number 9, I think. Next is a layering combination. It's an idea that I got from Danny from Deep Green Beauty. I'll leave her Instagram linked below. She's got a gorgeous Instagram channel, so you've got to go check it out. If you're on Instagram, you need to follow her because she just has beautiful content. But anyway, she suggested Angel Nova by Mugler and YARA by LATTAFA as a great combination. So I tried it. For me, I'm still struggling with YARA as being kind of sharp, and I find Angel Nova to be sharp too. First of all, I'll talk about each fragrance. So Angel Nova is a very tart, bold raspberry fragrance with woody notes in it. The woodiness definitely comes to play. It smells fairly patchouli heavy with some woodiness. So it's actually, like, it's really nice, but it's really, really strong and slightly tart. Now, LATTAFA's YARA, it's kind of a powdery, slightly milky, but still kind of tart, fruity fragrance. So some people really get the gourmand quality and it smells like berries and cream to them. Other people notice more of the brighter fruit. I would say I notice more of the brighter fruit, but there still is kind of a slightly milky, powdery feel to this fragrance. So there is a softness and also a sharpness. In this one, it's just powerhouse, sharp, bold fragrance. So what I found was YARA kind of mellowed this out, which for me is a good thing because I find this one a little overpowering. What I did notice, like, first of all, the longevity on these two together was insane. So I'm talking like 10 or more hours this is going to last on the skin. Projection, amazing. But what ended up lasting on my skin was just gorgeous. So the deep dry down of this is spectacular. It's kind of a soft raspberry that's left with a little bit of creaminess to it. So as far as the combination is concerned, I thought it was fantastic. If you have these two, you've got to try it. Still on the fence about this one. That said, one of you suggested spraying it like 10 or 12 times and then letting it sit. It's been sitting a long time, but I thought, okay, I'm going to just spray the dickens out of this thing. So I did spray it like 12 times into the toilet, just, you know, so it didn't go all over the house. So we'll see how it is. It's still like, when I smell it, I kind of like it and I kind of don't. So the jury's still out on this one, but I keep going back to it. Like for whatever reason, there's something about it that I like because I can't stop going back and trying it. Maybe it's that I just want to like it because so many people do. But anyway, that's this combination. If you've got these two and you find this to be overpowering, try pairing it with something like this. This is strong enough that it works with this. I tried this with Zucchero Filato and somehow the cotton candy just kind of got overpowered by this one, but these two balanced really well. So give them a go. Next, I tried Kayali's Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper 25. So I have a sample of it. I don't know why, like, cause Hessie, she's got like all the Kayalis. So I smelt it on the cap, but I never sprayed it on my skin. This is amazing. Like, I cannot believe that I've missed out on this all this time because it's just freaking delicious. Like so good. So this is your typical kind of jammy sweet rose. I believe this has sandalwood. So it's one of my favorite scent profiles. And I think part of it was I smelt it on the cap and I thought, oh, I've smelt that before. But this is seriously a beautiful, beautiful rendition of that, that fragrance profile. So the rose is delectable. It's mouth-watering. There's a sweetness in it that's just phenomenal. The sandalwood is gorgeous. There's a little bit of muskiness on the dry down that just comes through and is kind of soft. It's very mouth-watering. There's saffron in this, which gives it kind of a sweet spiciness to it. It's absolutely beautiful. And this was a beast mode. Like seriously, it lasted a good 12 hours on my skin. So I am just blown away by this. So far in the Kayali line, the fragrances that I enjoy the most are, of course, Vanilla Royale, Sugar Patchouli. Love that one. This would be another one that I just absolutely love. I love Love Fest. And then I love Utopia. So those four for sure are just absolute loves. But I can't believe that I had never tried this on my skin. I'm actually really disgusted with myself because it's just freaking amazing. So really glad that I finally got off the pot and gave it a go because it's amazing. The other thing that I think was really cool about this is it's like, because it's jammy and there's woodiness to it, but it's not uber, like it's definitely feminine leaning in my opinion. And it's not so oudy. Like sometimes those fragrances like Shaghoff Oud or Oud Bouquet, they're beautiful, but you can only wear that in the winter, the cooler months, because it's just too cloying. This, although it's definitely a bold fragrance, definitely one of those fragrances that packs a punch, it's not so overpowering that you couldn't wear it in at least the spring, a summer evening, and it's just so absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, this is a keeper. Plus the pink bottle, like, and the juice is even pink. Like I seriously, I'm mad at myself for never smelling this. Like what, like I totally lost the plot, but now I'm sharing it with you guys. If you haven't tried it, you got to get your nose on it. Now, the next fragrance that I tried was KAJAL's Lamar. Now, first of all, the bottle is spectacular. It looks like a filigree gold bottle. It's so stunning. But I tried this fragrance in the summer last year. I wasn't happy with it. Part of it was because I was expecting like major pineapple and it was just quite warm. So now I tried it in this weather and I don't even know how I could have possibly not been in love with this because it's so absolutely gorgeous. So definitely I get the pineapple, and the pineapple stayed on my skin for hours and hours. Like I did get the pineapple, but it's a very warm kind of spiced pineapple, not a fresh pineapple. So it's not zingy and bright like you'd expect a spring or summer fragrance. It's more warm and sweet and a little bit syrupy pineapple. And I just thought it was absolutely beautiful. So it's got the pineapple, there's some red berries, there's some green apple in there. It smells juicy, but it doesn't smell like a fresh juicy. With it is some coriander and some cardamom, which gives it a bit of spice. So what it reminds me of is I make this pineapple kind of chutney that I use whenever I make a ham. So it's got pineapple and it's got clove in it, so some spiciness, and then it's cooked down with some sweetness. That's kind of what I was getting. This has some florals in it, mainly rose, and then the base has, you know, musk, vanilla, amber. There's some woods in there. There's some vanilla. What I get is this warm, sweet pineapple off the top. Lasts quite a long time, but with some spices and some woodiness with that rose. It's absolutely decadent. It's such a gorgeous fragrance. It lasts forever on the skin and it just never doesn't smell great. So as that pineapple kind of dissipates a little bit more, you're left with this beautiful kind of slightly rosed, cedary fragrance, very warm, very luscious, very opulent. It's absolutely beautiful, like such a gorgeous fragrance. I think for me, it's great for this time of year where it's not, you know, I want something a little bit happy and inviting, which is what I get with that pineapple, but it's still warm and slightly cozy, slightly spicy. So it really carries its own in this kind of transition type weather. So I was in love with it. I don't know what I was thinking. I must have completely lost the plot when well, I think it was the weather. So it was quite hot when I tried it, I believe. But it's absolutely stunning, as well as the bottle being stunning. So I've tried a few from KAJAL, and I actually think that they're all literally gorgeous. So maybe I'll talk about my experiences with the ones I've tried sometime in the future, but yeah, absolutely beautiful. Now, the last fragrance that I wore for the week was SOKI London's EMPRESS. I've talked about this one quite a lot, so I don't need to belabor it. I just love this. The star of the show for me is the Wild Strawberry. Comes across slightly green. This is a vivacious, bright, bold, fruity fragrance. I get some peony in there, a little bit of rose maybe. I know that there's popcorn and I think toffee. I don't get those notes very much. Some people do, but to me, this is just juicy, bright. It's rich. It's uber long lasting, so it's gonna last a good 10 hours. Like if I put this on for the day, I don't put anything on for the whole day because I can smell it so strong all the way through the day. It projects amazingly. It's just a really happy fragrance to me, very feminine, but nice and bold. I think she hit this one out of the park. The name EMPRESS really suits this fragrance. Very feminine, very bold, very luscious. Juicy strawberry goodness in this. Mixed opinions on this fragrance. it's seriously one of my favorites these days. So I absolutely love it. Not everybody does. Weigh in the comments. Have you tried it? Do you love it? Do you not love it? Please weigh in. If you're interested, I have a coupon code for you. Everything's linked down in the description box. And I say this every time, everything is linked down in the description box. For some of the fragrances, they're affiliate links. Most of the fragrances are affiliate links. So if you do click on it, I get a little bit of a commission. There's also all the coupon codes that you can check that are in the description. If you are wanting to purchase a niche fragrance, always look at some of the fragrance reviewers that do a ton of niche, because a lot of times they have coupon codes that you can use, and you might as well, especially when they're so expensive. So two that I know have quite a few coupon codes is Spicy Looks and also Greta Beth, and I'll leave both their channels linked down below. And other than that, I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.